I'm Kim, the Abundant Traveler, and welcome to the channel. This channel is all about inspiration, encouraging you to get out there, buy that plane ticket, and go see the world. Today, I'm sharing a little bit about the town of Ischgl in Tyrol in Austria and what it's like to come here in the winter and go skiing. I'm going to share where to stay, where to eat, how long to stay, how to get around, how to get here. I'm also going to explain a little bit about the ski passes and the mountain. So stay tuned. I have everything in store just for you to make your life easy when you come skiing in Austria. Many years ago when I lived in Kitzbühel, I could speak German, but now I can't. So apologies for any mispronunciation of any words in this video. Before we talk about skiing, let's talk a little bit about the history of the valley. So Ischgl is located in the Paznaun Valley here in the southwest corner of Austria. Actually, when you go skiing here, you can ski in Switzerland for the day, or you can ski in Austria. You can actually stand on the top at the border with one foot in Switzerland and one foot in Austria. So it is in the southwest corner. This particular valley has several little towns along the way, and they are the towns of Kappel, Say, Galtur, and the main town of Ischgl. Ischgl is only about 1,600 people, but it has a huge reputation for great skiing and being a massive party town. This town is actually called the Ibiza of the Austrian Alps. Plenty of après ski, plenty of partying, and lots of clubs here. But I promise you can do lots of other things in Ischgl besides party. It wasn't until the early 60s that a group of people got together and decided to make Ischgl a ski town. And what a ski town they made. Today there are multiple gondolas. There's 2 big cable cars. There's like 25 ski lifts. There's over 238 kilometers of skiing, both into Switzerland and Austria. There is so much to see. So Ischgl is located in Tyrol, which is one of the provinces in Austria. I actually lived in Kitzbühel in my 20s, and it was great to come back to Tyrol and hear this Tyrolean accent, Austrian German. They speak German here, and the currency is a euro. It is a very strong dialect here, a very strong dialect. So just be prepared, even if you know some High German from school. This dialect here in Ischgl is very, very different. When you get a ski pass here, you can get 2 different ski passes. You can get a ski pass that is the Silvretta pass, which is 67 euros a day, or 300 euros for 5 days, and that will get you into skiing in Galtur, in Say, in Kappel, and Ischgl, as well as over in Switzerland. You can also get the VIP pass, which is also 67 a day, but 278-79 euros for a 5-day pass, and that gets you Ischgl as well as skiing over in Switzerland. If you decide not to bring skis with you, skis and boots, there are a couple of places I suggest to rent skis. The first one is Brundel. They had a full line of high-end skis. I really like that ski shop. Or you can go to ischgl-rent.com. They have 4 locations in town, and they have a lot of skis as well. You'll know them on the 4 locations because they're the ones that have the crazy mountain goat with the goggles on. So let's talk a little bit about how to get to Ischgl in the Paznaun Valley, as well as how to get around. So there's no trains coming into this town, whereas if you are going to St. Anton or Kitzbühel or around Innsbruck, there's the main train line through Austria, but there are no trains here. You have to come here by private car, by bus, or by taxi. The closest airport to get here is the Innsbruck airport, and it's about an hour and 15 minutes away. I am actually skiing with the Dallas Ski Club, and what a great group of people. I've had the best time with them. Thank you guys for a great trip. But we came in through Munich, and we were on a bus, and it took us 4.5 hours to get here on a bus. I bet a taxi is a lot faster, or if you're driving your own car to Munich. But if you can and you're coming from the US, it's very easy to get into Munich, but it's a long way to Ischgl. And once you arrive in Ischgl, it's relatively easy to get around. The Dorfstrasse, which is the town street, is through the center of town where you have all of the bars, restaurants, and most of the hotels. It is pedestrian, so you will only see cars that people are parking at their hotel. There is a main highway that runs through the valley, and there is a wonderful bus system as well. That bus system will run between all of the different villages, Kappel, Say, and Galtur as well. Great bus system, approximately every 20 minutes, and with your ski pass, the buses are free. Now that you have gotten to Ischgl and you know how to get around, how long should you stay? Well, I think that you should stay an entire week. There is so much to do in Ischgl. There's lots of skiing. There's actually 4 different places to ski. There's tons to do, and if you get bored, you can always make a day trip to Innsbruck or St. Anton. So I recommend skiing for 7 days. Well, maybe not 7 days, but coming for 7 days, maybe skiing for 5. So when should you come to Ischgl? Well, their lifts are open from late November until the 1st of May. So you can come anytime during the ski season. Something to note though, Ischgl is relatively low at 4,500 feet. 1,377 meters, and the top of the mountain is at 2,700 meters. And I am here late January, and this season there hasn't been much snow. So there is lots of green and lots of rocks up on the mountain, and it is slick and full of ice. So just check the snow report, and if you can change your plans for when it has dumped, that's when you should be coming to Ischgl. So who do I think should come to Ischgl to come skiing? Well, I recommend being an intermediate skier. There's about 25% beginner runs and over 63-64% intermediate runs. And there is off-piste and 10 to 15% advanced runs. Something that is interesting here, the blues here in Austria are the beginner slopes. The reds are the intermediates and the blacks are the expert. So don't be jumping on a blue run thinking that it is an intermediate run like we have in the US. There are so many runs, and the longest run in Ischgl is actually 11 kilometers long, and that's from the top of the Edop gondola, and it goes all the way down into town. There's also the steepest run up there, which is a 70-degree grade, and you can definitely pick up some speed, especially with these icy conditions. It is the slope, it's the piste number 14A. So if you want to take your life in your hands and do the steepest slope in Ischgl, then head out to 14A. The other run that you have to try while you're here, that is called Smuggler's Run, where you can actually go from Austria over to Switzerland to Samnaun. I think I pronounced that correctly. You can buy perfume and everything else that is duty-free. Just remember, when you do that duty-free run, you're gonna have to carry it back with you and bring your passport if you're gonna do that, and do some shopping over there in Switzerland when you go skiing over there. Also, something else to note about going over there to get your duty-free stuff, don't overbuy, because you're still gonna have to follow the rules of what you can buy to bring back. So don't bring like 6 gallons of liquor, because you can't bring it back. So although I am here with the Dallas Ski Club, everybody always asks me, well, what is it like to travel solo? Would you come here as a solo traveler? And I absolutely would. It is 1,600 people. Everybody has been super friendly, super kind. I felt completely safe walking around any time of the day or night. Of course, I was not partying at some of the clubs at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I don't know about that, but I felt very, very safe. Also, if you're a solo traveler, you can go up and go skiing. Always be careful when you ski on your own. Make sure you don't go off-piste or anywhere that somebody cannot see you. Also, in town in the evenings, there's so many people out at Apre Ski and going out to dinner. It's relatively easy to meet some people, connect with people, and have dinner with somebody. If you decide to have dinner by yourself, there are plenty of restaurants that have a bar, or hotels have bars where you can get something simple to eat or a delicious Tyrolean meal. So what should you pack when you come to Ischgl? Well, of course you have to pack all of your ski gear. And if you're interested, I have a video on everything you should pack to go skiing. I also have a free download, so go to the description below and click the free download for everything that I bring when I go on a ski trip. So beyond the ski clothes, it is a relatively casual town. I have worn leggings and Uggs every day. I have worn sort of a tank top, long sleeve shirt, and a vest. Something to note about Ischgl. Ischgl, the town, is located deep in the valley, and there's not a lot of sunlight during the day. There's light, but not a lot of sunlight. So I found Ischgl to be quite cold early in the morning up until 10:30 or so. And as soon as the sun goes behind the mountains, it gets cold again. So you want to have hat, gloves, a really good jacket, a scarf. But in general, the town is not super fancy. So leggings and a vest, casual vest, are the perfect addition in If you like to dress up, you can always wear a nice shirt under your vest to go to one of the fancy restaurants. So where should you stay while you're visiting Ischgl? I recommend staying as close to the two main gondolas as possible. That is the Silvretta Bahn and the Fimba Bahn. Again, in Austria and most of Europe, you have to walk everywhere. There are not buses conveniently located, and everywhere in Ischgl is only about a 10-minute walk. But if you have trouble walking in your ski boots, stay really, really close. A couple of the hotels that I recommend. The first one is this gorgeous 5-star hotel. It is called Trofana Royal, and it is very close to the Silvretta Bahn. Really, really nice. The Ischgl Hof is also a 4-star hotel that I recommend that you would stay at. If you want to stay in a 3-star and you're a little more price conscious, then I would suggest staying in the Hotel Fortuna. I looked it up, had great reviews on booking.com and hotels.com. I am staying in the Hof, and that is at the edge of town. It is a 4-star superior, and it is a sweet hotel with wonderful staff, and I can recommend staying here as well. If you decide you don't want to stay in Ischgl, you can stay in Kappel, and there are a couple of places like the Zero Hotel or the Kappel Post Hotel, which are really nice and a little bit less expensive than staying in Ischgl. You can get half board, which means including dinner at most of your hotels. If it were me, I do have half board at my hotel, but I wish I wouldn't have gotten it because there's so many delicious restaurants in town and the food hasn't been that expensive. I've really enjoyed going out to eat most nights, and so I've wasted my money here in this hotel by not eating here. I do suggest getting a hotel rather than an apartment here in Ischgl because the hotels all have a beautiful buffet breakfast, and it's worth having a big breakfast in the morning before you go skiing. There are not a lot of restaurants open for breakfast in the morning because mostly the hotels do provide breakfast. If you get an apartment and you need a grocery store, there are two main grocery stores here in Ischgl. One is near the Silvretta Bahn, and it is Imprice, I think is how you pronounce it. And the other is over by the Fimba Bahn, and it is a Billa. In the afternoon, they are packed. People everywhere getting snacks or their food that they're going to take back to the hotel or to their apartment. But again, here in Ischgl, go ahead and get a hotel. They can help you make reservations. They can get you to go to the spa. They can order taxis for you. They can do everything for you. It's unless you're with a big family and you need an apartment, I suggest getting a hotel. So what if you come to Ischgl and you're not a skier? Then what do? Well, some of the things you can do, you can go snowshoeing. You can also go and do cross-country skiing if you'd like to try that. You can go to the spa. They have a beautiful spa called Silvretta Arena. And there's a swimming pool and a sauna. You can also go get a massage there. I had a massage today, which was a really nice massage. It's across the highway from Ischgl. You can do some shopping. There's not a ton of shopping here in Ischgl unless you're looking specifically for your ski gear. I bought a new pair of goggles. I just needed them. Mine had worn out. But there's not a ton of shopping. There is plenty of eating in this town and plenty of partying. Those are the things to do here. Of the amazing restaurants that I tried, I have some suggestions. Well, if you're a pizza eater, I suggest going to Winkler. I am gluten-free. I couldn't eat there, but in all of my searching for gluten-free pizza, which I never found, they look to have the best pizza. I do suggest also, I tried 2 nights before I got in. On the 3rd night, going to Restaurant Loba. If you are looking for traditional Tyrolean food, then Restaurant Loba is the place to go. I had Tyroler Grostel and it was so divine. There's some great restaurants on the mountain as well. When you're up there skiing, I would try the Eat Up upstairs. I would try the Alpentrita, which is over on the Swiss side as well. You can also go to the Taya at the Thaya lift. There is a great Apre Ski there in the afternoon, and they have delicious Wiener Schnitzel and chips and everything there as well. So in addition to those on the mountain and those in town, a couple high-end restaurants that I recommend going to. One is the Salnerhof, divine food, really, really high-end food. It's incredible the high-end, high-quality food that is here. The best meal that I had, though, was at the Trofana Royale. There are 2 restaurants at Trofana Royale. One is a fixed price, higher end menu. I actually did the lower end menu where I could order a la carte, and the food was ridiculously divine. They bring all the accoutrement. They brought specific breads and different sausages and mustards, and then you get truffles at the end. And I went with one other person. We actually ordered 3 main courses and this beautiful salad. So if you're looking for high-end eating, Ischgl is a great place to go. In addition to the Trofana Royale and the Salnerhof, you can try Taya, you can try the Gourmet Hotel. Beautiful food is there as well. Or if you're looking for sushi, you can try Lucy Wang. If you're looking for less expensive food, you can always go to the grocery stores, or there is a Wurststube where you can go get all the sausages. They also have a couple of shops called Handel, Handl, and you can go there and get Leberkäse on a Semmel. So that is a piece of, I don't even want to say it in English. It literally is translated as liver cheese, and it's kind of like bologna, and you can get a big thick piece on a bun with lots of mustard. Costs about €4. They also have one fast food restaurant. It is a Burger King. Can't say I recommend going there when there are so many delicious Austrian foods to eat. But there is inexpensive food here, as well as the high-end delicious 5-star. So there are some foods that I absolutely love here in Tyrol. Many of them I can't eat anymore, but I'm going to talk about them anyway. The desserts are to die for. They have a cream cheese strudel. Make sure you get it with vanilla sauce. Apple strudel with vanilla sauce and whipped cream. It's called Sahne here. Yum. Kaiserschmarrn, which is like a pancake with powdered sugar on top, and then they have typically a little plum compote on the side. It's to die for. They also have a Germknödel, which is it looks like a snowball, and it's covered in vanilla sauce, and on the inside it's thick and doughy, kind of like a donut. And on the inside they have a little compote as well. Those desserts are to die for. Some of the main foods that I recommend you try while you're here, of course you have to try the sausages and the cheeses. I also suggest get Wiener Schnitzel, of course. Veal fried, flash fried, really, really good. Another is my favorite dish. It's Tiroler Grostel, which is roasted potatoes, and you have mixed in with pork, and it has a fried egg on top. Really, really good. The main salad they have here is called a gemischte Salat, which is a mixed salad of typically iceberg lettuce, not a lot of nutrition, but you know, carrots, potato salad, and cucumbers as well. Really nice to have with any meal, because the meals are so heavy with pork and with potatoes. You actually need the vinegar in the sauerkraut that they provide and the vinegar in the salad that they provide to actually cut some of that fat. Now that we've talked about food, let's talk about Apre Ski in Ischgl. And it is world famous. A lot of ski resorts across Europe have 1 or 2 places. Ischgl is full of them. I mentioned a couple on the mountain, including Taya at the Taya lift, which is crazy and loud. Edalp has a Oompa band up there on the mountain. In town, over by the Silvretta Arena, you have 3 main places. One is called Fire and Ice. One is called the Hexekuche, and one is called the Kuhstall, which is a cow stall. Great partying there. There is also a couple of discos in the middle of the afternoon. One is called Trofana Alm. That is at the Trofana Royale Hotel up by the ski down. There is a place over by the Fimba Bahn, which is the other side of town. That one is the Kitzloch. It's crazy. It is loud. They have DJs, they have people. It's dark in there. They've got lights going. It is bananas in there. But if you're looking for something a little more tame, then I would try maybe over by the Fimba Bahn, I would try Schatzi. And what is fun at Schatzi is you can sit outside, have a beer or have an Aperol Spritz, and watch everybody crash as they come down the mountain. There are 4 or 5 places to come down, but a couple main ones. And when you come down by the Fimba Bahn, it is hysterical to watch. It is very icy, and it's usually flat light, and people are crashing into each other. Most of the time nobody gets hurt, which makes it fun to watch. It is absolutely crazy to watch people. There are several YouTube videos of just that particular spot where everybody is coming down and crashing. In town, if you're over by the Silvretta Arena and don't want to go to the big clubs, then you can go to perhaps the Champagne Hütte, where you can get different champagnes and sit out there and watch people come in. There's also a beautiful wine bar where you can get bottles of wine, glasses of wine, as well as the beautiful meat and cheese plates. And it is called Plunger. Plangger. I think it's Plunger or Plunger. I don't know which. I'm so sorry. I can't pronounce this correctly. Let's talk a little bit about what things cost. Well, a meal, I spent at the Trofana Alm about $125 for the restaurant there, and it was 2 half bottles of wine, 3 main courses, 1 starter, and all of the accoutrement. I would say in the US, I would probably spend $250 for the same meal, maybe $275. Restaurant Loba is about 35 euros, and that included a glass or 2 of wine, a starter, and dinner. Actually, not a starter, a salad came with my Tyrol Grostel, and it was about 35 euros. Also, if you want to get a coffee is maybe 3 euros here, there, and also going out to Apre Ski, beer is 4 or 5 euros, a Aperol Spritz is maybe 6 euros, a glass of wine is maybe 6 or 7 euros if you want to get good wine. It's not, I would say it's about half price of what it is in when you go skiing in the US. As far as hotels are concerned, for half board, I would expect to stay in a nice hotel without being super fancy, around 300 euros a night if you're going to stay in Ischgl and stay at 4-star, 4-star superior with half board. You can stay in the outskirts for, say, 130 euros a night. Or you can stay at the Trofana Alm, and it's anywhere from 600 to 800 euros a night. So I would say on average, maybe $250 will get you a wonderful hotel and very close to one of the gondolas up the mountain. So what do I think of coming to Ischgl? It has been a wonderful week with the Dallas Ski Club. I've had the best time. I will definitely come back to Ischgl. I've loved every second of being in the Alps again. It's been great. Very small town, so the focus is on skiing and après skiing and very nice dinners. But I would definitely come back here again. I hope the next time I come, there's a little more snow. And it is a little bit warmer. Typically in January, it's quite cold, and it's been cold in the evenings. I have loved every second of Ischgl, and I cannot wait to come back. Make sure to check out my other skiing videos, including Vale, Park City, Deer Valley. Also, there are going to be videos coming out on Kitzbühel and Lech and St. Anton, so make sure to watch all those. Watch my ski jacket video as well as my packing video. I am Kim, the Abundant Traveler, and I can't wait to see you in some gorgeous ski resort in the middle of the Alps. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all very soon. Bye, y'all. So you don't have to walk. The bus system, I shouldn't say that. Stop. I don't know where I was, but we're stopping.